Hey you guys, it's Watch It Ralph, and I'm about to talk about the Deadpool 2 Meet Cable trailer. Now, this trailer is incredible, and I hope that this continues the trend of the ad campaign, just like what Ryan Reynolds did for part 1. Now, I hope you guys got to see all of those trailers. If not, I'll put links down below. But for now, let's talk about this trailer. I had been hoping for an incredible Cable. Now, they had gone through a big list of different actors originally. Now, one of them was Michael Shannon. Now, he's perfect for the intensity that Cable needs. But I didn't believe he had the comedic timing. Now, Michael Shannon looks like a younger Tommy Lee Jones. And that's why once he was in the pics, I had thought of someone like Josh Brolin. Because when you think about it, Josh Brolin played a younger Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black 3, playing K. And that character is basically Cable. He's what you would consider the straight man, someone that has no real reaction to anything. While there's the other character that's the goofball, which was Will Smith in the Men in Black series. So he already had played a character like Cable previously. So I thought he was perfect. And I was so glad to see that he got the role. But what I love about this trailer is that, of course, Ryan Reynolds can't stop from taking all the jabs that you would hope and expect. Like, of course, once they refer to Cable's arm not having the CGI, and he talks about it's not like dealing with a mustache. Which is funny because if you guys seen my previous Super Bowl trailer about Mission Impossible, he is referring to the whole thing with Henry Cavill not being able to shave off the mustache for the reshoots of Justice League because Paramount didn't let him. So DC and Warner Brothers had to digitally remove the mustache in all of their reshoots, which was crazy. And I love the fact that, of course, he brings it up here. He also brings up the fact that, yes, even though Josh Brolin is the perfect Cable, the one thing that lacks is his height. Because in the comic books, Cable is even taller than Deadpool. But in real life, Josh Brolin is 5'10", and Ryan Reynolds is 6'2". So when he's playing with the two toys, you could see he makes a commentary about the fact that, oh, you look so much bigger in the comics. So it was a good little jab towards Josh Brolin and what they're going to present ultimately. Plus, yeah, so they even have 2 Thanos Easter eggs within this trailer. If you blink, you'll miss it. But if you notice, right when Deadpool decides to grab the toys, he says, "F it, I'll do it myself." Which is a reference to Thanos' line, "I'll do it myself," in one of the post-credit scenes within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then the second Easter egg is when Deadpool is still playing as the toy and says, "I got the stones to help," right before he's lunging at Cable, balls first. Which that's a reference to, obviously, the Infinity Stones. Mind you, this is all while doing a scene straight out of Toy Story with the toys, because Deadpool is even dressed just like Woody. I mean, this thing has layers, believe it or not. And of course, he brings up the fact that we're all on the Time's Up movement, so it's lazy writing just to bring it up because everyone's thinking about it, of course. It also brings back all of the classic characters like Vanessa, which is Copycat in the comic books, Blind Owl, Weasel. Everyone comes back from the last movie that is important, like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and even Colossus. Now you see, Colossus was the straight man in the last movie, but it was because he was so righteous. No matter what, he wanted to do the right thing. The great thing about Cable is that he's the straight man because he's so cold and jaded that he's willing to do the wrong thing. So it's great to see how this dynamic is gonna be, because that's the whole point. You always want to put this goofball with this straight guy that doesn't really even react with his facial expression. He's always just so ice cold no matter what. So it's incredible to see that. And they're bringing in another great character, Domino, which is being played by Zazie Beetz, which previously she's been in Geostorm, which most people didn't watch, but most people would know her from Atlanta. And it's pretty cool that now when they started filming, I guess season 2, it was a big deal that when they came back, Donald Glover had just filmed Solo, a Star Wars story as Lando, and he's voicing Simba in The Lion King. And we have Zazie Beetz playing Domino in the sequel to the highest grossing movie of all time, which is Deadpool Part 1, which of course surprised everyone, especially 20th Century Fox, because it took them 12 years to make it. I remember when they were even trying to use someone like a Robert Rodriguez to film Part 1. But unfortunately, they had to change the director from Tim Miller to David Leitch, because Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds had a difference of opinion for how to handle the sequel, which if you had seen it happen clearly, which had happened behind the scenes right after the release of Deadpool 1. Tim Miller, whose previous work was more just doing CGI work, and it showed because he did an incredible job with such a small budget for the first one. And David Leitch is a great stunt work director, which he previously directed Atomic Blonde, and prior to that he co-directed John Wick. So he knows how to handle the stunt work because he was a stuntman himself for people like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. This is Ryan Reynolds' baby, and he's treated with the most respect ever. And hopefully he continues the trend to the incredible campaign ad, which he's already started one by making one as Bob Ross. Just tap, 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 tap. And doing this hilarious commercial in Portuguese for Brazil. So there's a lot of high hopes for this movie. And if you guys didn't know, they pushed it up 2 weeks. So now it's coming out May 18th. So now it's coming out even sooner, which of course is great news for everyone, as long as you're older than 17. Well, you just have to bring an adult. So seeing Cable in this trailer just exceeded all expectations. So I'm gonna give it a So leave your comments down below. But for now, you can share, like, and subscribe. Or you can check out my podcast and my other reviews by clicking over there. So, till next time, goodbye. I'll see you guys.